Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. It looks as though Clinton's candidacy is no longer in the tank thanks to wins in Rhode Island, Ohio, and Texas. It makes me wonder about the entire campaign as it is, because in the very beginning I think it was more or less a done deal that Clinton would be the nominee for the Democrats, and then Obama made his appearance and suddenly things changed dramatically. It made me wonder if his candidacy is merely a shadow candidacy to make it appear as though there's a real running election going on between two people, rather than just handing her the nomination. The other thing that makes me wonder is who exactly is the candidate of choice here. I'm not talking about the candidate of the people who vote for the candidate in the Democratic Party that they want to represent them in Washington. I'm talking about who the powers that be behind the scenes really want to be the next figurehead president of the United States, at least on the Democratic side. Because Obama stirred a lot of people with his empty rhetoric and with his style, but in the end result, both of them are beholden to the same people. Both of them are beholden to the same entrenched fascist corporate system in this country. So then I came to the conclusion that it really doesn't matter, even though I'd like to know, just to see where their ultimate agenda is going. But it really doesn't matter, because either one as president is not a good thing. But as I've said before, based on the advisors surrounding Obama, I do not want him to be president, more so than I do not want Hilary to be president. So, in this sense at least, it's a good thing that Hilary is still in the race, and it's a good thing that she won Texas and Ohio to keep her race alive. On the other side of things, we have John McCain, who supposedly now has the number of delegates necessary for him to cinch the Republican nomination, which of course will mean that for the rest of the primaries, the votes are practically meaningless. I'm going to vote for Ron Paul in my primary, regardless of what the status is of anybody else, regardless of McCain's status as the presumptive candidate for the Republicans. I'm going to vote for Ron Paul because he's the one I would like to see president. And as I've said before, it's going to be probably Ralph Nader in the general election, because I simply cannot get behind any of these candidates. It doesn't matter who it is that's going to be running. Whether it's Obama, Clinton, against McCain. I see also that Huckabee dropped out of the race, finally. I don't know what it was he was looking for. Maybe a position down the road in 4 years to run for president then. Maybe trying to wrangle his way into a vice presidency under McCain. I don't really know what his strategy was in keeping in the race so long. But one other possibility, of course, is that he was kept in the race to offer a supposed choice to people who were on the conservative side of things, to try to take away some of Ron Paul's base support, or alternately to serve as a straw man to John McCain's presumptive eventual nomination, so that the media could pretend like they were covering both candidates when in fact there were actually three, and the third one of course being Ron Paul. And finally, in very good news, Ron Paul won his congressional seat in Texas despite a virtual media onslaught against him. He won rather handily, even though the media made it seem as though he was going to have a tough fight, he did not. So I will look forward to seeing him back on the campaign trail for the presidency now that he does not face a challenge in Texas for the congressional seat that he has there. Also, Dennis Kucinich coming up on top in Ohio, which is a great thing, and I have to say kudos to both of them for staying where they are, because at least they serve as somewhat of a bulwark against the same old shit from the Democrats and the Republicans in the House. So there you have it. That's things as I see them right now. Thank you.